Ted is a butcher by trade who looks like any other middle-aged white male. He's a little overweight, average height, short dark hair, has green eyes, and a mustache. Ted has a dark past and issues with the present. He holds down a butcher job at a local market and doesn't mix well with other people. We now meet Ted as he arrives at his workplace.
Ted, you're always late.
You always seem to be watching the clock when I walk in.
I'm your boss. That's what I do.
The store PA comes on. Octoon, remember, we are having a fila and special in the meat department today. Hurry on over and pick up something for your little kitty. Now.
Better get on the counter duty, Ted, in case we get a rush on the cat food. We are only a mile from Leisure World, you know.
Ted shakes his head slightly, puts on his white butcher's cap, and goes into the meat counter. He sees one of his regulars waiting for him. It's Mrs. White, an elderly woman with her white Himalayan cat Fluffy in her shopping cart.
Oh, hi, Ted.
Hello, Mrs. White. Is it time for Fluffy to get something special again?
Oh, Ted, you should have been a psychic. Isn't that right, Fluffy? Meow, 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 meow.
I do have something special for Fluffy, Mrs. White. Ted smiles and pats his pocket with a knowing look.
What is it? Meow.
Oh, it's something Fluffy's really going to like. I'll be right back. Ted goes over to the grinding machine, looks around to be sure that he's not being watched, and then pulls out a small glass of jar from his pocket. It looks moist in the jar. Ted shakes it slightly, and in it are toes. Human toes. Ted empties the jar of toes into the grinding machine. He puts the toe meat into a nice white styrofoam tray and wraps it up neatly, writing the price on it, and goes to give it to Mrs. White at the counter. Here you go, Mrs. White. At 75 cents a pound, it looks like you owe me $1.85.
You know, Ted, that's not a bad price.
Well, it should keep Fluffy going for a while, right?
Indeed. See you next time. Bye. Meow.
The PA comes on.
Ted, get back to work.
Ted turns to see his boss with the bullhorn next to him. Very funny.
I thought so. Now get in the meat locker in the back and tenderize that side of beef.
He hands Ted a baseball bat. Ted shakes his head. Why can't we tenderize it with machines? Everybody else does.
Because we advertise hand-tenderized meat at this store, and that's what our customers expect. Buzz, go help Ted.
Buzz, a flunky wannabe assistant manager, heavy-set, squirrely-looking, gets ready to go with Ted to the meat locker, also carrying a baseball bat.
After we go beat the meat, we hit the meat, we hit it good.
Sure, Buzz, whatever you want. What kind of a name is Buzz for Japanese anyway?
Good one.
The meat locker door slams shut. Well, let's get to it. Oh, this is so old school. The men are beating the meat, and they're in a frenzy now. And suddenly, it stops. The meat locker door opens. It's the boss.
Ted, I just got word. You got picked to go to the butcher's competition this year. Get cleaned up and get going to State Line. It starts tomorrow.
Ted wipes the blood off of his goggles. I never heard of it.
Well, it's been around, so cut the baloney and get going. Hey, that's funny, right?
The men glare at him. He leaves. Ted and Buzz look at each other. Cut to State Line. Ted has arrived at the Buffalo Bills casino and checks in. The front desk clerk is a foreign type.
Hello, Mr. Ted, is it? My name is Frank. I see you're here for the Butchers Convention. Are you competing also?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I didn't bring my bag of tricks for nothing. He shows a case containing his cutlery to the clerk.
Oh, very good, Mr. Ted. And here's your competitor's kit, your name tag, your competitor's number, number 13. Oh, aren't you so lucky, Mr. Ted? And a tiny blow dart bottle and a little tiny souvenir kit, donated by the Headhunters Association of New Guinea. Ted pulls the tiny little cork out of the tiny little bottle and rattles it. Interesting. Also, here's a few drink vouchers for you for the free lounge show that's about to begin. You can use them while we are finishing ready in your room. That's fine. Ted puts his name tag on and competitor's number on, and then sits in the lounge. He puts the vouchers and the little blow dart bottle down on the table. A singer is starting to warm up for the free show.
I'm sitting in a lounge and there are a lot of people. They are waiting for the show, but I'm still not quite ready. So I pick up my drink and I take another sip. Do 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 do.
The singer is still singing. A bold, beautiful, buxom, blonde woman sits down across from Ted and starts to make small talk.
She's not a bad singer, is she?
Not bad. Can't complain about a few drinks either. Ted salutes a lady with his glass and takes a drink from it.
My name's Diane, by the way. I'm one of the butcher competition judges.
She smiles and takes a sip of her drink. My name's
Ted.
How'd you know that? She points to his competitor's tag.
That's why I sat here, you see. I'm a butcher's daughter, and I've always been attracted to butchers. I guess I like a man who can handle his meat.
They lock eyes. Ted squints at her, then chugs down the rest of his beer. Diane does the same. Waitress, 2 more beers here, and make 'em king size. Diane moves in close to Ted, very close. The beers come. They pick 'em up and start drinking again. As they look at each other, Diane squints her eyes at Ted. Does this mean Ted will get lucky? Is Diane in for a night of love, or is there something else written in the cards for them? But first, a word from our sponsors. Acme ice cream's really neat. Try some and you'll think it's sweet. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry too. Have some and you'll go woohoo. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry too. Have some and you'll go woohoo. And we're back. Remember to tune in again next week for another episode of Ted, an original radio play written, produced, and starring Peter Mandarino, also starring Amy Mandarino, a Saddleback College CTVR audio production.